Alrighty, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Serving Nerve, where we talk about whatever we want, and today, it's my birthday, so I'm not going to be talking about anything. I'm just going to be talking about, hi, it's my birthday, how you doing today? So yeah, it is a special day, a day of me, making an excuse to have company over, and, get slaughtered like a lamb, and then fall asleep in my bedroom. So yeah, it's been an interesting birthday thus far. I woke up at 1 in the morning, covered in ants. Yes, I know, ants. There was a hole in my wall or something, and they had to, like, get underneath the carpet and, dust or whatever to get rid of them. But yeah, so I woke up in a flurry of excessive biting, and weird, gross, creepy crawlies all over my legs. Which is the most action I've ever had in the bedroom, so that's impressive. And then I had maintenance in basically all day, and I went to the store and I got some stuff for partyhood, and that's been my day thus far. I've also had lots of lovely people wishing me a happy birthday, so that's also great. But today I kind of want to talk a little bit about feeling unaccomplished when you hit your birthday, because I feel like I'm not the only one who, when they have a birthday pass, they think, oh man, another year's passed by me and I haven't done anything with my year, haven't done anything with my life. I'm 25 now, so I'm at that point where the quarter-life crisis has kicked in, and every year for me it's always a crisis, so it doesn't really matter what year I'm at. But, I'm the kind of person who's very invested in the idea of making sure that I get a lot done every single year. And when I don't feel like I've done enough, I tend to think like, oh, what's the point? Like I'm a loser, whatever, and, just typical negative self-talk, doubts about my existence, etc., constantly questioning, am I doing enough to get to where I need to be in the future, blah, 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 what is my career, what is my life? And in a small, scope of things, it's just part of being, a young adult, really. Personally, I've never really had, a stint of my life where I haven't been thinking, oh my god, what am I doing with my life? What's gonna happen with my life? How am I gonna figure this out? How am I gonna solve these problems? Blah, blah, blah. I've always been the kind of person, even when I was a kid, starting from, age 9, going to school and it being my birthday, and me going, what's the point? It's just another year that's passed. I haven't done anything different with my life. Everything's the same. I don't have anything happening for me, etc. And now I'm at a point in my life where I just don't really care because the outcome is going to be what it's going to be, and I may as well make it a positive thing. And that's another thing I want to point out. I've always been a very pessimistic person. I always think about the most extreme outcomes, worst potentials. I try to calculate for everything, and I'm really obsessive and somewhat perfectionistic and stuff, other than with my personality, which seems to have no shame. And I'm not just trying to talk about myself, but let's just be honest, this is a channel where I literally just constantly talk on it anyways, so if you don't like it, I'm sorry about that. But the point I'm trying to make is, negative self-perception of also, the years passing by, everything's leaking away from me, and I'm going to soon die alone, spent without children, or a husband, or family, or a lover, or anything fun, as my phone goes off, telling me that I have to back up my storage because I don't have any on my phone. And, whatever. Thinking about being alone forever, not being successful with careers, being a server forever, or whatever the case is, and then thinking, oh my god, all I do is I make videos on the internet and I screw around or whatever. But in the grand scheme of things, I feel like in the end I haven't done too badly. I've only been in America for 3 years, coming from Canada, and I have to say, given that I started with literally nothing, or close to nothing, with just a couple bags worth of shit, I feel like I haven't done too bad. I try to look a little bit more in the grand scheme of things. I've only been in America for 3 years, instead of me thinking oh my god, this past 6 months I've only done a YouTube channel. Which personally, when I look at it, I'm not thinking oh my god, yes, I'm a YouTuber, or oh my god, there's, currently 1,800 people subscribed to me or something like that. I really don't think about it like that. As much as I don't want to belittle the individuals like you guys who subscribe to me and enjoy the content, I'm not here to treat that like it's a flex. It's just I'm somebody on the internet who's doing whatever. But the point I want to make is, over these past 3 years, I've managed to get a boyfriend, have a breakup, fall in love with multiple people, have it not work out, move 5 times, get 6 jobs, build credit, go from no class to middle class, start a YouTube channel, get monetized, finish my YouTube documentary, and got a bunch of videos out on my main channel, and just doing things in life and stuff. Made a bunch of enemies throughout this past year, made some friends, had those friends turn into enemies. And when I mean enemies, I just mean unfriended, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, I've just been in a lot of weird situations this past year, and these past 3 years, I look at it and I'm like, did I do enough? And will I do enough next year? I feel like as the years pass by, you might not care as much about this. And I'm saying this because I feel like a lot of people have a really extreme self-perception of like birthdays and like when the years pass by and you feel like you're not getting anything done and like whatever. If you find that you're always obsessing, like I didn't do enough with this year, I didn't do enough this past 6 months, I'm just wasting my life. In the grand scheme of things, 1 year is not that like make or break. The number one thing is to focus on, your overall accomplishments in life and living a fulfilling life. And I know on occasion I tend to show a little bit of stoicism on the channel, live a fulfilling life. Marcus Aurelius says live a fulfilling life, whatever. Be kind of neutral in society, even though, most of us are very extreme people. The reason that I'm saying all of this is, like, if you have a really extreme perception when your birthday passes, like me, where you're always going, like, oh my god, I haven't done enough with my year, and, like, now I'm just, like, failing in life because I haven't done enough with my year. I'm 25 now, and I don't have this, and this. The best thing is to look upon your accomplishments and be grateful for what you have, and to actually recognize, yes, the world is not crumbling inwards, like, everything's fine. Because, I'll go onto Reddit, or I'll go onto, like, Quora, or I'll just Google it, and I'll type in, like, relationship problems at, 24, or friendship problems, or I don't have any friends, or, whatever, I'm having trouble with work, I don't like my job, or whatever petty crap you can think of, basically, that anybody in their 20s or whatever age range would be dealing with as a young adult. You type it in, and there's so many people who go through the same thing as you. Like, it's not to say it's a good thing, but it's quite common to feel like you are unsatisfied in some regard when it comes to your life. And in my opinion, this comes from a combination of being unsatisfied and, like, fearful of living an unstable life, and also not recognizing the accomplishments or giving yourself that grace regarding the accomplishments that you've made thus far, and also not appreciating what you have. And I feel like a lot of us who see people on social media at the age of 20 rich and like rolling in money, and they've got like 1 million subscribers on YouTube or 1 billion subscribers or whatever, and they always like have all this crazy cool stuff going on. Or you see your friends and they're all richer than you or smarter than you, or they're in school and you're not, or they've got better jobs than you, or whatever. Or you see your coworkers, and your coworkers have another job, and that makes them money, so they don't care what they make at, the job you're working at, and you're miserable at your job, and they don't care. Things like that. I'm just trying to say, like, from my own experience, none of us are alone regarding feeling, like, unsatisfied as the years pass by us. And, now that I'm 25, and I'm kind of older, and, I used to be much more extreme, and I'm still extreme, and, I feel like I still haven't done enough with my life. I don't think it's that big of a deal anymore. Like, I feel like in our 20s predominantly, definitely in our 20s, sometimes going into our 30s and 40s, but mainly in our 20s, we really have no idea what we're doing, and we're trying to figure out our lives, and a lot of us are super unsatisfied with our lives, and we don't know how to deal with life, basically, and we all just become big train wrecks. And, like, this doesn't even go into the amounts of times where I've, like, gotten drunk, blacked out, gone out with a guy that turned out to be a bad guy, gone out and done this stupid thing, met these people, had the wrong idea of a person, made a bunch of social mistakes. It doesn't even count any of that crap. Like, in our 20s, this is a time to grow and develop, and also in our 20s, this is a time to, get through all the regret now so that you can enjoy your future. So I'm just saying, like, I know a lot of you who watch the channel are, like, younger, older, same age. There's a hearty mix of different ages that kind of, like, hang out on this channel and hang out on the internet and whatever. And I just think, like, the number one thing that I'm really trying to push with this is if your birthday tends to pass and you look at it and you're like, oh my god, I can't believe it, like, another year's passed, I'm so unsatisfied. Like, another year's passed, I don't know what to do with my life is wasting away, the years are passing by and I'm making no progress, whatever. The number one thing I think you should do is just enjoy your life. Like, what's the ultimate goal that you're looking for? Like, you can meet any end goal. At the end of the day, if you're in the Western world, you can literally hit any goal you want to hit as long as you endeavor to hit it. And even if you don't hit it exactly, you'll come close to the mark. But when it comes to the whole situation where we just don't enjoy the little things, or we're not grateful for what we have, or we, kind of just like belittle ourselves and think like, oh my god, I've done nothing with my life. Like, it's very easy to do when you're living in the moment and you're always looking towards the future, and you don't look at any of the accomplishments that you've made, you don't look at any graduation you've had, you don't look at any jobs you've had, you don't look at any places you've been, you don't look at anything. You just think about like, I'm not here yet, so I don't feel like I've been anywhere or done anything. It's a very negative self-perception to have, but I think it's incredibly common, and it's a very pessimistic view. And the reason I want you guys to think about this is because, again, over the years, my birthday's passed multiple times, and I felt super unsatisfied. And only recently, having come to the United States, have I started actually thinking, like, okay, I've been here a few years. I've done all these things, still have all these other things to do. I've felt super ungrateful about certain things in my life, and yet now I'm here, and I'm finally reaping the beginnings of the rewards through my laborious efforts, and now I'm getting to a point where I can actually just relax and do what I want to do, like doing YouTube videos, or going out and meeting people, going and making friends, whatever. I don't have to travel all the time. Don't have to move from this place to this place to this place. Don't have to get 3 jobs. Don't have to work double shifts every day to make ends meet. Don't need to deal with this bad relationship, Don't need to deal with this toxic friendship. I can just do my thing and live my life and then watch the cookie crumble from there. And I know I'm saying like, oh, I feel like blah, blah, we always blah, blah, I feel. But the one thing I do see quite commonly is everybody having a very negative self-perception and also a really negative perception of their life. Like they have to seek fulfillment through other people. A lot of the people that I see on these cringe compilations always trying to seek fulfillment through the internet or through other people or get satisfaction and acknowledgement through other people. And it's just not necessary. Like, you can do so much more on your own, in my opinion, and be so much more successful on your own, and also appreciate what you've currently garnered and, gathered through your life. Even the knowledge that you have, like the things that you've learned through your life, the life lessons. Eventually, all of that will come to a close. Like, you're not going to have more to learn, you're going to be dead. But until then, until you kick the actual bucket, the bucket of life over, and spill its whatever isms all over the place, and then cease to exist, as a pile of decaying mass and flesh, as violent as that sounded. Anyways, before that point, you have every opportunity to be as successful regarding your material worth, your finances, your sums, your career, your friendships, your own personal view, your knowledge, your power. You have the ability to literally do whatever you want with your life. You can be a good guy, you can be a bad guy, you can be an anti-hero, you can be a supervillain, or you can be a victim. What do you want to be? Like, you have all the power to choose anything that you want to be and anything that you want to do. So if you feel really unsatisfied with your life, maybe not just 1 year of your life, your whole life, every birthday that's passed, every year that's passed, every holiday, every family gathering, and you're comparing yourself to others and you feel super unsatisfied, you can make a change anytime that you want, literally anytime that you want, to be the person that you want to be. And the reason I'm telling you all of this is because throughout my life, I've wasted much of my life, even though I haven't lived a significant sum of it yet. I've wasted most of my life freaking out, comparing myself to other people, feeling inferior to anyone, perceiving everybody else as superior, and it's come to a point now where I realized that all those things that I did was stupid, because a lot of the people that I once looked up to, especially in like Canada, are now, from the way I compared myself to them, inferior to me. And that doesn't actually exist, that perception of superiority and inferiority from me. But the one thing is, the things I used to compare myself to, like on the basis of intelligence, accomplishment, money, power, friendship, whatever the things I was comparing myself to regarding the people that I once knew, I've now gathered more of it throughout my life and surpassed them regarding the things that I was once comparing myself to that made me feel inferior to them. And that constantly happens. You'll compare yourself, you'll feel inferior, then you'll exceed. And then most people who don't particularly think superior of themselves amongst others will then realize, I actually ascribed value falsely to these things, and they don't mean that much. So, I don't know what I'm rambling about. I basically just ramble on camera all the time, but the thing I'm trying to tell you is to just not hold so much false value to things and just live your life and value that. Like, don't try and live through other people. Don't try and satisfy everybody else in the world. Don't try and be the best version that you think everybody wants to be, or what everybody else wants, or what other people think of you, or whatever. Just be yourself. Do your thing and live a fulfilling life. Like, don't just look through other people for satisfaction, or look at just money or just a job or just power or glory. Because once you hit that, you're going to be looking for something else. It's just a natural human tactic. It's just a natural form of psychology or the human psyche or whatever, to be constantly seeking fulfillment and advancement so that we survive, so that we don't fall behind. And I don't know, I'm just rambling. But the point I'm trying to make is just don't think so negatively of your life, because I feel like I've done that through so much of my life, and it's really just wasted my time. And there have been many times in my life where, I had no reason to be worried. No reason. And now I especially don't have very many reasons to be worried, because I've made more friends than I've ever had. I've met more people than I've ever had. I live in a place that I like. I'm not worried about paying the rent tomorrow. Like, I'm okay. And I really hope that all of you find yourselves okay as well, because I know some of you aren't. I know some of you are in terrible life situations. You're dealing with a lot. You've got a lot that you're going through. You have much more drama, much more financial instability, much more of an inferiority in like a societal view, and you all have the struggle, A lot of you guys are going through a ton of stuff that I can't even compare to or understand or comprehend appropriately. So I don't mean to say this so arrogantly or be ignorant towards your guys' struggles. I just hope that all of you find that you're capable of finding like a level of like fulfillment in your life, and also finding that, as the years pass, you're not just feeling like your life is wasted, because it's so boring. Like, there's so much time in your life, and there's so much to your life, and it might be difficult now, but you never know where it's going to go in the future. And I hope that none of you are complacent when I say this. You don't just want to let things fall by the wayside. You want to work towards your goals. But I just hope that nobody feels like, oh no, another year's passed, oh, it's my birthday, and I have nothing going for me. I have no friends, I have no family, I've got no job, no life, no school, no career, no nothing. Like, I just want you all to, at some point, recognize and find that your life has value and meaning, and you can be whoever you want to be in your life. That's basically the gist of the story that I'm trying to kind of spew out of my mouth hole before I go and eat chips and drink tequila. But yeah. So that's the video. I hope you all, if it's your birthday, I hope you have a great rest of your birthday. And if your birthday's tomorrow, happy almost birthday. And if your birthday's this month, happy almost birthday. And if your birthday's this year, happy birthday. Happy birthday to all, and to all a good birthday. But yeah, dudes, like, I just hope you all have a good day. And yeah, if you have any specific content that you want me to make, or you want me to talk about anything in particular, by all means, shoot it down in the comments below. I will be making some more videos. I'm going to try and play my hand at making a mix of different content, because I don't like doing the same content all the time, and I don't think you guys do either. So that's the video. Hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all have a great rest of your night. It has been lovely, and I will see you all next time. Slater.